Going on to you, Taurus. So you have the Queen of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Two of Swords, the Eight of Swords, excuse me. Right, there you go. Then you have the Emperor, Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords, King of Cups, and then you have the Five of Cups. All right, so okay. A lot of you Taurus just seem to be very unimpressed around this time. The Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. A lot of you Taurus are like, listen, you know, are people just coming in just to be on some nonsense, you know, just to waste your time? And again, a lot of you Taurus are just really not impressed. You're just not. You're really not impressed around at this time. People have to do better, you know, when it comes to really trying to make sure that it's again, the Two of Pentacles, it's a functional relationship. People are just really going to have to just do better. Some people are lazy with it. I mean, I'm not saying for you to, you know, want an extravagant date or an extravagant lifestyle or any of that type of stuff. But I mean, as long as the person is putting in an effort and they're successful with the efforts that they put in at least 70% of the time, I mean, you know, but at the same time, if they're not putting in any kind of effort and they're blaming you as to why it is that situations didn't work out, that's whack. That's a dub. You know, what type of stuff is that? How they gonna do that to you? How they gonna be in a situation with you, right? Hanging out with you, but then blaming you at the same time? That doesn't even make any sense. But this is the interactions that a lot of you Taurus may have had. They refused to put in any kind of work, lazy, good for nothing. But then at the same time, it was like, oh, well, the reason why it is that it didn't work out is because of you. This is the stupidity a lot of people really have right now. But that's okay, because a lot of you Taurus, at the very least, a lot of you Taurus see it. The Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords is about you're able to see it enough for you Taurus to actually be able to get away from it when someone tries to spring that type of stuff on you. You're able to be like, nah, I'm bouncing. I got to get away from this, because a lot of you Taurus see it for what it is, like I was talking about. You know that they're just hanging around, doing nothing, standing around, acting like they stupid, just holding their breath. The Jeopardy music, bing, bong, bing, bing, waiting on you to do something. And you're like, wait a minute. What do you want me to do? You know, you Taurus trying. What do you want me to do? And it's like, you know, the things that you do is not good enough. They're not even showing you that they're interested in you. They're telling you, some of them telling you, oh, I don't need you, all this other type of stuff. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave. Now they're mad. They're upset. They're salty. They're mad. That doesn't even make any sense on their part. And but this is, I'm telling you, this is how confusing modern day dating is. The Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords is about just that. And again, a lot of you Taurus are just really, you know, a lot of you Taurus, honestly, you feel like you want to start clowning people. You want to start just joking on them for being stupid like this, because they really coming out here into the world with the mentality of, I'm not going to do anything at all. Y'all seen that, the type of people that don't do anything. You talking to them and like they don't do anything. They just stupid. They just dotish, like they're slow. They just around, and you're like, hello, what are you doing here? Do something. And you trying to talk to them. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Fine. What exactly are you expecting? What is going on? Oh, you know, you expecting to be what? They're expecting, those types of people are expecting to have excitement. They want things to be exciting. You don't even know them. You don't even know if they're a threat, because these could be people who try to set you up to get robbed. You don't know anything about them. They just have this ideology that you should pick them up, show them something extravagant, right? And then go ahead and drop them off. And when they're ready again, just be like, oh, okay. Don't even know if they're a threat or not. But this is the mentality. So the Emperor is about you, Taurus, not feeling challenged to have to do that type of stuff. Sometimes people will go ahead and call Taurus boring and all that other type of crap. Oh, Taurus is boring. Dub. Because what is it that people consider to be exciting, quote unquote, in the first place? Some stupid stuff. Or they get them getting into trouble. Yeah, all of that, you boring. Yeah, that's a dub. That's cap. That's a whole lie. Because a lot of you Taurus you're not going out of your, and very good, you're not going out of your way to get to know people if they're not really willing to put in work for you. You know, if they're not interested in getting to know you, and very good, you're starting to wake up and take notice. You're not going to go above and beyond if people are not trying to go above and beyond for you. And that's good. That's the mentality that you should have. Like, don't try to do too much, because there's no point. You know what I mean? Especially, don't try to do too much under the condition that they are not trying to do too much for you. Now, if they're exchanging and they're showing you how much they like you, and they act, and I'm not talking about spending money. I'm talking about putting in an effort to really get to know you. They're enthusiastic. They're excited about being with you. Then that's cool. And they're able to show it. That's cool. But if they're wasting your time, don't go out of your way to be with these people. The Nine of Cups is about how, because all it is that they're going to do is have the superiority complex, even though they provide nothing. And the Nine of Swords, right? The Nine of Swords is, and they're going to play a victim, and they're going to act like they don't know what it is that you're talking about. Cap. Dub. That's a lie. They do know that. But again, perpetual victimhood. Always going to be victims. Oh, I'm scared. That's the reason why I did that to you, because I'm scared. Then learn not to be scared. Get over your fear. What is wrong with you? Stop being scared all the time. The King of Cups, right? The King of Cups and the Five of Cups. Because when you move like this, when you Taurus start moving from a perspective of self-respect, which you are, and you're not willing to go above and beyond to bend over backwards for ungrateful people who are not going to appreciate it, guess what's going to happen? People are going to be embarrassed that they acted like this in the first place. Because, again, they missed an opportunity with you trying to play holdout because they were so much better than you, and they're trying to get the best that they possibly could, and there's better out there than you. Okay? You, Taurus, continue to move forward and let people who think that there's better than you and there's better people out there for you and that treat you like this, oh, they're not going to put in too much effort because they don't want to be tied down to you, because they want to match with somebody that's higher quality than you. Let those people do that. Because Five of Cups, they're going to find out real fast just how stupid their idea was, because when those people that they deemed better than you don't give them all that attention and starts to have random fights, random disagreements, random arguments, bickering and arguing with them, they're going to understand that, hey, maybe being with you, Taurus, wasn't such a bad thing in the first place. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Emperor. The Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, the Judgment, the Nine of Wands, excuse me. Yeah, a lot of you Taurus are not going to bend over backwards to match anybody that's wasting your time and don't appreciate you, because you Taurus have more internal self-worth than that. And it's not necessarily inflated either. It comes from a real place. The idea that a lot of you Taurus, you know that you've been through worse situations before. And a lot of you Taurus realize what it means when someone wants to act like they're not interested, but yet they're talking to you. They're wasting your time, because these are people that are essentially putting themselves out there as a transaction. They're transactional. They're out here on some stuff where they really want you to excite them by spending all this money and these gifts and trips and prizes, and you Taurus are trying to get to know them first. You got to get to know them before you start doing all this type of stuff, unless you into that, you know. But then the Judgment and the Nine of Wands represents, but a lot of you Taurus are not into that, so of course you have to get to know them. But they're starting to look at it like you're boring and all this other type of stuff. Meanwhile, they have no personality. They don't have any subjects to talk about, topics to talk about. Nothing. They just there. They're useless. So I mean, it would boggle the mind. What exactly are they doing? And they actually come out here into the world with nothing. They don't even know how to socialize. I'm trying to tell y'all something. All right, let's clarify. Let's clarify the King of Cups. The Queen of Cups. The Eight of Swords. The King of Wands. And the Four of Wands. To clarify the King of Cups, right? All of this that they're doing is trying to look out and protect themselves. But all of this, again, perpetual victims. What are they protecting themselves from when you Taurus are just trying to get to know them? But you're seeing that as you're out here dating. Like a lot of people are socially awkward. So a lot of you Taurus are seeing that. The King of Wands and the Four of Wands and just anger. You know, if they're not playing like they're scared of you, it just seems like they're suspicious and they need to know why it is that you're hanging out with them. They're delusional. They're so far gone. This is how socially awkward some people really are, Taurus. Don't get offended by it. Just take it in stride and realize that some people are dysfunctional like that. And this is part of the reason why we have all these games.